Well, let's cross now to Tehran, where we understand air defense sirens have gone off in the last hour. Our correspondent Reza Sayah is there for us. Good evening to you, Reza. So the Strait of Hormuz, closed once again within 24 hours of that
Yeah.
ceasefire being announced. What are you hearing from Tehran's side?
Yeah, we are seeing the first signs of the fragility and the complexity and the confusion surrounding the ceasefire agreement that is not even 24 hours old. Beginning at about 7:30 p.m. local time here in the capital, Tehran, once again, Iran's air defense systems were activated. We once again heard that familiar sound of the anti-aircraft fire that we've heard so often here in Tehran that took a lot of Iranians here by surprise because remember, we're officially in the middle of that ceasefire agreement. The anti-aircraft fire is usually a sign that jet fighters are up above. No indication that that's the case. No indication it was a false alarm, and no sign of an explosion or any airstrikes here in Tehran. However, there are reports for air defense systems going off in the city of Kerman in Esfahan as well, a report of an explosion in Esfahan. Also, the Revolutionary Guard with a stern statement, a warning against Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon. Of course, it's been a devastating, deadly day in Lebanon. Israeli airstrikes resulting in more than 200 people being killed. The Revolutionary Guard releasing a statement warning Israeli forces, calling on them to stop these airstrikes. Otherwise, they warn they will have a regretful response in the region. What exactly they mean by that, it's not clear. But again, we know that the Strait of Hormuz has been closed by Iran. All of these developments signal a couple of things, that there's confusion seemingly about where Lebanon stands in this ceasefire. Clearly, it's Iran's understanding that Lebanon was part of this ceasefire. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Lebanon is not. Mr. Trump said the same. It also signals what Tehran is deeply concerned about, that no matter what kind of diplomatic efforts take place in the next couple of weeks, Israel could play the role of the spoiler, and it's Tehran's view that it's doing that today with its attacks on Lebanon.
Yeah, Reza, as you just mentioned, so many moving parts and the story is just developing so quickly. But in the meantime, what are Iranians making of all of this? I mean, air defense sirens ringing out. I mean, they're not breathing a sigh of relief just yet, I imagine.
This morning, they were. There were celebrations throughout the city, a lot of rallies, a lot of flag waving, a lot of burning the Israeli flag, burning the picture of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. After 40 days of being bombed in this city and cities throughout the country, clearly this was an opportunity for many Iranians to breathe a sigh of relief, to exhale. And obviously, they presented this ceasefire as a victory. Taking on the United States and Israel and still standing was clearly a victory to them and many of the supporters of the government. But again, over the past couple of hours, the sounds of the air defense systems has once again reminded us how fragile the situation here is.
Reza, thank you so much for bringing us those updates from Tehran. Thank you for now.